positive thinking, positive speaking, positive actions, positive reactions.
Grand Rising! If you are a first-time viewer, welcome. My name is Joseph Long, and thank you for tuning in. And to my returning viewers, hello friends. Today, I would like to invite you to explore the following mindfulness practice to let go of the tendency to add to suffering during challenging situations. Speaking of challenging situations, I received word as I was setting up for today's recording that my cousin, he's my cousin's husband, that his grandmother made her transition last night. Can you come with me into the silence? I want you to think of a moment when you have gone through that situation. The news of hearing your grandmother's passing or the passing of a loved one. Your pain, your hurt. Now think of those moments when you found comfort during that seemingly lost. Let's send that energy of comfort, of love to cousin Javar Crockett. Amen. All right. We are talking about forgiveness today. Forgiveness isn't the same as condoning ourselves or anyone else for misbehavior, but we so easily hold ourselves infinitely responsible, often for experiences utterly out of our control or for decades past. With forgiveness, we make amends when needed, but let go of the extra baggage. We give ourselves the same benefit of the doubt we'd offer a close friend. On the other hand, we sometimes allow someone else to influence our lives long after they've gone in a similar fashion. Another driver cuts off in traffic, putting us in danger, and then speeds off. The driver arrives at brunch and relaxes, but we make our own coffee break, bitter dwelling in our own anger. It's a concept that holds across larger situations too. Anger and resentment simmer and grow while compassionate resolve allows us to address what needs addressing without slinging additional arrows. So let us begin with today's practice. Find yourself in a comfortable posture, or take a moment lying on the floor or on a bed. Bring your attention to the physical sensation of breathing, noting whatever is grabbing your attention or whatever you're feeling now. And without judgment, bringing your attention back to the rising and falling of your breath. Picture something that comes to mind that you judge yourself for. Maybe you feel regret or irritation or sadness. Notice how it feels, even bringing it up to mind. Then focus on these three phrases, not forcing anything, but setting an intention. I forgive myself for not understanding. I forgive myself for making mistakes. I forgive myself for causing pain and suffering to myself and others. Bring your attention back again and repeat the phrases for a few moments. Instead of the breath, use these phrases as a focus for your attention. This type of practice may become too painful. At any time, without judging yourself, come back and focus on the breath. Allow yourself to settle and return when you're ready, now or maybe sometime in the future. I forgive myself for not understanding. I forgive myself for making mistakes. I forgive myself for causing pain and suffering to myself and others. Our mind naturally holds onto instances where we feel mistreated by others. There may be experiences that were entirely wrong or traumatic, or that concretely require our attention or action. At the same time, we can practice avoiding the second arrow. I forgive you for not understanding. I forgive you for making mistakes. I forgive you for causing pain and suffering to me and to others. Letting go of the tendency to add resentment and judgment and everything related to challenging and unpleasant situations. Again, if it's too much to consider, return to breathing, or if you prefer, focusing on compassion for yourself instead. I forgive you for not understanding. I forgive you for making mistakes. I forgive you for causing pain and suffering to me and to others. Practices of this kind can be quite challenging. So, in these last few moments, on each in breath, noticing and accepting whatever you feel right now. On each out breath, as you would for a close friend, offering yourself relief or freedom or strength or whatever first comes to mind. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and begin to connect with your surroundings. Pausing for a few moments. If you made any discoveries during our meditation, you may want to pause this recording or at the close of this practice, write what has been revealed to you in your journal. Namaste. All right, so I see Miss Pat is on here live on YouTube with me. Grand rising to you. Thank you. I'm glad the message resonated with you. I'm still showing the second person on YouTube, but I can't physically see who you are. But grand rising to you as well. And thank you for tuning in. On Instagram, I have Miss Dana on here. Grand rising to you. I have Miss Daryl on here. Grand rising to you. And Miss Sparkle Shen. Grand rising to you, ladies. Thank you for tuning in this morning live with me. All right, the message. Our message comes from the daily publication of the Daily Word, and it is titled, I Forgive and Am Set Free. Withholding forgiveness is like locking yourself in a prison cell and holding the key. You may think you're punishing another, but in truth, you're punishing yourself. Today, choose to free yourself from the prison of your own making by practicing forgiveness. Forgiving does not require you to forget what caused you pain. So I want you to remove that saying, that, or at least the saying that I remember hearing growing up as a child, to forgive and forget. However, forgiving does mean you can accept what happened and move beyond it. The moment you are willing to forgive, spirit within helps lift and empower you through the process of releasing and healing. Realizing that forgiveness will take as long as necessary, commit to keep at it. Even the initial willingness to forgive helps reduce the lingering effects of your pain and leads you on the path to peace. Now, I had an epiphany right before working on today's script. Today, the word forgive. It triggered that scenario that we read. I'm referring to the Christians here. I'm sure there's other prophets that talked about forgive, but being that I'm a metaphysical Christian, what was triggered in my mind is in the book of Matthew, the 18th chapter and the 21 and 22nd verses. When Peter asked Jesus the question, how many times should we forgive? Jesus' response was 70 times, 7 times. A lot, right? And I think that was the point that most people need to get. People do things to us on a daily basis that may offend or hurt us. So in working with Jesus's response, while on our spiritual journey, while we continue to unfold and to evolve spiritually in our constant transformation, we must forgive offenses on a daily basis, several times a day even. Let me attempt to make myself clear. Forgiveness doesn't mean being passive or not taking action. It doesn't mean standing down or when you need to protect yourself or someone else from harm. Do what needs to be done. That might mean taking a pause, settling the mind, and trying to see things as clearly as possible before taking a skillful action. Continue to practice forgiveness over and over and over again, letting go of whatever holds you back. so you can truly be free. And so it is. If you like today's message or meditation, please click on the like button, comment, and share. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Inspirational Moments with Joseph Long, please do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you may be notified any and every time I come on YouTube Live. As you know, I've been stating this for the past couple of days. August is National Black Business Month. Today, I would like to place Apon Nickels on the spotlight. The name of his company is Apon Concept Productions. Apon's company specializes in lighting design for entertainment. His services include lighting consultant and stage management for all events. He provides designs for dance, theater, musicals, concerts, corporate and private events. In addition, his company provides production services from lighting, sound enhancement, and staging. Apon, we claim your continued success. If you are interested, I have posted a little something regarding Apon's company within the description here on YouTube. As well, I will be spotlighting him, featuring him later on this afternoon on my Facebook and Instagram platforms. We will have a guided meditation this evening at 9:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Facebook and on Instagram. Speaking of which I want to thank each of you for your flexibility last night. I had to change the last night's guided meditation to a later time. It was 10 minutes later, but I'm a stickler on being consistent with what time you do things. So I thank you for your flexibility last night. I came home a little later than planned from being with my family. I would also like to thank you all for joining me in today's experience. Thank you for investing in you. I love you and I appreciate you. Peace and blessings.